Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here on March the 9th, 2020. I was going to say 2019. We're in a new year, y'all. 3 months in, you think I'd figure it out by now. But we are live at 3:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're here live, do say something in the chat. We'd love to say hi back to you. And if you're watching this as a replay, know that if you're on a computer, you can go just below, click on the gear, and you can change the speed to playback faster. If you're on like an iPad, go up in the corner and look for the little 3 dots in the corner, and then you can change the playback speed there. While you're here during the live, let's keep the chat upbeat and friendly. If you have a question, put it in all caps. I'll do my best to answer that question. You do earn what we call junk bucks just for being here. Right now, I have a raffle started where you can win 200 junk bucks. Type exclamation point raffle, all one word. Doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase or a mix of both, but exclamation point raffle will get you entered in and you'll win possibly 200 junk bucks when we do the drawing. Now, these junk bucks are a virtual currency. This is my way to give back. And how do I do that? Once you get to 2,000 junk bucks, you can redeem those for a $10 off coupon to my shop. And you earn junk bucks just by being here. Don't have to do anything but show up, say something in the chat. And another thing you could do is play the in-chat games. We've already had a couple of the boss and the FFA. It does cost you junk bucks, but again, you earn those for free, and you can add those up, and it accumulates. Once you get to 2,000 junk bucks, you can check your bucks by typing exclamation point bucks. You can get a coupon code. You also get words are tongue-tied. You also get junk bucks if you make a donation. Thank you, Mary Jones, for making a donation right here at the beginning. Those that make donations, make sure you head over to my website, lindaisrael.com, and I will get you added to my user group that is called YouTube Donators. You just create a user account, and when you sign up at my website and say, hey, Linda, I donated during your live stream, my YouTube username is, then I will get you added, and you get a 5% discount on all your orders from my shop, excluding the subscription box, the t-shirts, I think, and the gift cards, of course. But you also get several free digital downloads that I offer in my shop. So do check that out. If you haven't made an account, please do so. What else? Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Robin is my right-hand woman, and she is my note taker and helper, and I'm so blessed to have her. Carrie, who is Paper Puddles, she and Robin, and I don't know who else is here yet as far as admin is concerned, are administrators of my group, the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't checked that group out, please head on over. The link's in the description box. Robin will probably share it in the chat, or Junkie Joe will. Junkie Joe, remember, he is fake, meaning he is a computer bot. He's not a person. He's just my electronic helper, if you will. What else? I think I got all the things said. So thank you. Yes, cheerleader, Robin. Yes, you are. Thank you so very much. I'm going to show you a couple of things, and I hope you're excited about it as much as I am. The next kit, I still have the All About Robins kit in my shop. I have a few of those left, so if you missed out on that, you haven't purchased your subscription box, you still can. I have some of those. I also have it as a digital download, and I have the Tattered Angels Gilmer Mist. I have printed kits that go along with, including the miniature, which kind of looks like that, a little miniature. I also have the planner kits, and then what else? The planner, the big kit, the mini, the subscription box, Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, and my fingers are dirty. But my next kit will be a nautical kit, and this is one of the pages. This is a hand-drawn design that I created, and then Norella has added in her beautiful digital artwork that she's able to do. She's even used some mariners maps. We've got lots of ships and sea life in this kit. Here's even some lighthouses. So this is kind of a sneak peek of what will be in the kit. Probably these pages will be in the large kit that you can get for $14.99 as a printed kit, or you can get it for $14.99 as a virtual kit. And if you already subscribe to the subscription box, you get the digital large kit for $10.99. You get a discount on that. So I just wanted to show you a sneak peek of that. I have some new stencils that I added to my shop. If you haven't seen those, do check it out. Also, I am offering those of you, if you will share, Junkie Joe's really my husband, Giovanna says. If you will share on Instagram, on Pinterest, your blog, YouTube, photos of using my stencils, and then go over to my website at lindaisrael.com and use the contact me form and copy that link from your YouTube, your Pinterest, your Instagram, wherever you've shared that publicly so that I can link to it. I will add that to my Pinterest board that I have, and I will send you a coupon for 10% off your stencil orders, which means if you already get a discount in my shop for example, those that donate to me, you're already getting 5% off. You'll get an additional 10% off, so you'll get 15% off stencil orders. If you are a Stencil Club owner, a subscriber, those people get 20% off additional stencils that they want to add. And if you do this for me by sharing a couple of photos of using my stencils, I will give you another 10%, so you technically get 30% off. And this is one of the stencils. It's called More Little Daisies. That's what it looks like when you spray it through Tattered Angels. Here's what it looks like if you mop it up, and then there's the stencil. I've got a bunch of new stencils. This one's called Arrows and Blocks. I've got Little Daisies, which kind of reminds me of, I said more little daisies, so I made little daisies first. And then I have funky little boxes, which I thought would be really fun when we do some gel printing. Yes, that's what we will be doing on Thursday, is some gel printing. This one is called Stacked Leaves. I was just making some little leaves, and I thought they'd be kind of fun for some mixed media and some texture and whatnot. Here I've got, come on. This is called Puzzled, and I just thought it looked like puzzle pieces put together. Carrie of Paper Puddles, she said it looks like people sitting in an audience, and those are their heads, and they're sitting in chairs. So everybody has their own unique look on stuff. You're welcome, Tanya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This one's called Houndstooth, and then we've got wedge circles. I've made a bunch. I think I've added 26 stencils, and this is fat dashes and design and dots. You haven't seen these? Oh yeah, the only ones you found today. Yeah, these are all brand new. Triangles into squares is another stencil that I made, so it gives a cool design there. Another one is called Triangle Flower Stencil, so you kind of see a triangle in the flower. So I thought that was kind of cool. This one's called Floral Delight. That was named by Carrie. I sent a message in my admin group and said, hey, y'all, I need some help. What should I name this stencil? And so she came up with that name. This is Retro Panel 3. Retro Panel 1 and 2 have been really good sellers for me, and I like that bold, kind of reminds me of the 60s when you would have a room divider and it would have an unusual design. That's why I called it Retro Panel. So that is a new stencil that I just created. Again, all of these I hand draw myself, and then I bring them into my software to make it a cut file. This one's called Almost Fleur de Lis. I don't know, it kind of looks like a fleur de lis, but it really isn't. So that's why we call that Almost Fleur de Lis. I also made this one. Henry said, well, you already have some circle stencils. I go, yeah, but this is different. So I called the circles big and small. And technically there's 3 different sizes, because this size is a little bit smaller than that. And then we have this in the middle. But I thought it would be kind of fun, again, doing some cool texture on mixed media. You like the triangle flower? Thank you so much. Oh, good, Lady Wolf. I'm glad she'll be here soon. Thank you for letting me know. This one I called Celtic Wallpaper. I'm going to have to make some adjustments to this. When Henry cut it for me, I was noticing that some of these little pieces were breaking off. So I'm going to have to go in and edit that file and make that a little bit fatter, because it didn't turn out as fat as it did on my image here. It should have been that fat, but it didn't turn out that way. So I got to make some adjustments to that one. And I also have this one, which is called Celtic Wallpaper 1. So we have Celtic Wallpaper 2 and Celtic Wallpaper 1. They're 2 different sizes, so I'll kind of line them up so you can see that they are 2 different sizes. But I thought they would go really well together and be kind of fun to use together. Again, I wasn't really sure what to call them, but I had friends that helped me out. So yes, tons of new stencils, a lot of stencils. This one we call Basket Weave. Again, my admin people helped me with that. I was trying to come up, what do I call this? But I think it looks like Basket Weave. So we've got that one cut. And then what else did I have here? I got a couple more. Oh yeah, this one, I called it Crazy Confetti. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like confetti on a, you just kind of drop it down, and it's in a pattern, of course, but again, I thought that would be a fun pattern to use in our mixed media projects. And then this one I called Funky Spirals. I don't know why I called it funky spirals, partly because it looks like a spiral, but it's kind of funky because it's more square. So that is the last one here. And then I also have some nautical themed ones, some sea themed ones that I have added to the shop as well. All right, let's get this out of the way. And let's get going here. So today we're working with So She Did. It is a kit that Norella offers in her shop at Calico Collage. It's a smaller kit. It's not as big and robust as some of the other kits. So she went ahead and made some add-on items. She made a faux postage page. She made 3 additional elements or fussy cut things. And then she made, I can't remember how many pages of it, but it's several pages of flashcards that go with. So there's a lot more that goes with it. Today, what I'm going to do is basically show you how I took that kit and put it to use. So if you haven't got this, do definitely get that out. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you so much. Thank you. You like it, Sam? Thank you. It's fun, isn't it? But yeah, thank you, Giovanna. Thank you. Just here for a minute. Rhonda is here. Thank you so much, Rhonda. I've got to adjust one of them, but I think they're going to be really cool. You just got to buy all of them, Jennifer. Jennifer, did your package come? Do remind me if it didn't. Yeah, they're all in the shop. All of those stencils are in the shop because I've already added them. If you go, I've already got it right here. So if I'll copy and I'll share that link. So if you go to that link, it's by order of when I added them. Some of those stencils, because I added so many, you may have to go to the next page, but they are all there. And of course, if you have a question, I'll be glad to help you with that. Your first Digi kit, Karen? Yeah. I don't know the whole story behind this kit, but I believe that, let me see if I can find the page, that this part of the artwork, other than, I don't know if the My Story was by her, the Beth S. I can't remember her last name. She's on, or was on, I don't know if she still is. Thank you, Jennifer, for your donation. Norella's design team, and she created this master board, scanned it in, sent it to Norella, and then Norella used that to make a kit to match it. So that's how this kit came together, and we're going to use this one today. All right. Love the new stencils, Beverly. Thank you. And I am having a gel print workshop. If you're in the Oklahoma City, Yukon area, or can get here on March I always have to look at my calendar because I want to say it's the 21st, but I always do it wrong. Okay, I want to go here, look here, calendar. March the 21st, I will be having a live gel printing workshop, and I will show you all the new stencils, and we'll have a lot of fun. All right. So I've got a bunch of things that I have pulled together. Last week during my gel printing live, or not gels, my mixed media live, I asked what would y'all like to see. 2 people spoke up immediately, said they wanted to see the So She Did, and then I had a specific request to show technique of how to make a flip out for a journal. So this would be my journal page. You would open it up here. I think there's even a pocket here. I didn't put anything in it, but there's a pocket there. And then I've got a pocket here. And then this flips out and it has a pocket on it. So we're going to make this page right off the bat. I've got this is some of the flashcards that Norella offers. This is part of the kit. This is part of the kit. This is part of the kit. These elements are part of the kit. And then this journal page. Now, the reason why I'm making this page the way that I am is because I was trying to print my pages 2-sided, and I messed up, and my printer sucked the paper through and didn't print all of it. So I thought, well, I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to go ahead and use these pages to make little pockets onto our page. So I've got one digital print, pardon me, that I have cut in half, so you can kind of see where the half part was. I've got a 8.5 by 11 book page, Bible page. Maybe you want to use some junk mail. This is just a base, and you're really not going to see a lot of it, but I just wanted a piece that I could use in this kit. And I just remembered I must be missing. I'm going to have to get another book page out. Let me do that before I forget. Okay. I dropped it on the floor. Okay, so I got that out, so it's ready. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I want to decorate my page, but I also want pockets in it. So what I have found that I like to do is some of these digital prints, you can kind of make your own cut area, and then we make it to a pocket. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of start over here and just kind of fussy cut a little bit of this, maybe even kind of go down here and then back up again. So let's start right about here. So I'm just not even going to be perfect. I'm just going to kind of do it. And I'm not really worried how perfect it looks. Okay, so I just cut across. Just make up a spot. I'm going to use a Distress Ink Walnut Stain and fill this in. It's just kind of glittery. It's just giant glitters that come on the end. So not fancy colors. Oh, thank you, Margie, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am making 2 journals today. So if we get donations of $30, I will give away 1 journal. If we get a donation of $60, I'll give away 2 journals today. Oh, I hope it starts acting better, Sam. Sorry you're having problems. Okay, so I've got these 2 pieces. So what I'm going to do next is I've taken a Bible page, a book page. I've glued grammar. I've glued 2 pages together just so they'd be thicker, because I'm going to use this to make a pocket. So what I'm going to do is kind of line this up on here. I don't need it to come all the way down. I just wanted enough that when I tear this, there's a little bit of text. So I'm just going to put some glue right across here as soon as I find my bottle of glue. Oh, I actually put it back where it belongs. It is pretty, Kit, isn't it? I love the colors. I love the, I call them cherry blossoms, maybe. I think that's what they are, apple blossoms. But she's colorized them to where they're pink and blue. They're really pretty. Okay. So I glued that down. So now all I'm going to do is just turn this around and fussy tear this. And that's going to give us a new edge so that when we make this as a pocket, it will work in our journal. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And I'll save this to use on the other side because I've got another side I want to make into a pocket. And I'll just go ahead and trim this one as well. So now when we glue this down onto our page, that will go on top, and see how it just kind of blends together. So I'm going to go ahead and add some Distress Inks to that edge. What, easy? Your tongue isn't working today either? Oh, you're making wall art, Mallory? Well, fun! That's fun! I hope you'll share. Okay, have fun at the Lions Club. I was a member for a little while. Our little club kind of folded, so I quit going, but... I don't know, Lady Wolffield. I haven't checked my messages today. I'm kind of behind on checking my messages because I've been working on a few other things. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip this over just because I know I want to glue this down on my page, and I want to cover up these holes, and I'm going to do that when I glue this down on the bottom. So I'm going to glue this piece all the way down. Thank you, Sam, for your donation. Thank you. Thank you, Robin, for your donation, and Margie and Jennifer and Mary. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can donate through the $, that's part of Super Chat, that's part of YouTube, or you can use the Streamlabs to donate. Sometimes Streamlabs is a little laggy, but if you do use Streamlabs, I get more of the money. When you donate through Super Chat, they get 30%. So if you can use the Streamlabs, I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, so I just glued that down. I want to make sure that this glue, if it's seeped out at the bottom, is dry. So I'm just rubbing my hand over it to kind of get rid of that sticky. It will go away in just a moment because Aleene's tacky glue dries clear and it doesn't dry tacky. So you don't have to worry about things sticking to it once it's dry. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece and glue it right down here on the bottom, making this a pocket. So we're going to go up this, or across this side. I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down too. Alright, and then across here. So even if you have a page that messes up, you can figure out a way to still use it in your journal. That's my point by showing you how to do this. That, you know, my printer jammed and only got part of the print that I wanted. I wanted it on both sides, but it didn't work. So I went ahead and said, okay, fine. I'll just turn that into a journal page, just like that. Okay? Now I have over here a gel print. So those of you, like I said, that have made donations, you can go to my website. I believe I've got this set up as free. There's 6 different files. There's a blue, a pink, and I can't remember what the other color scheme was. But these are gel prints that I scanned into my computer. And yes, you can use these as a printed item in your junk journals for sale. You can also use my stencils when you want to sell something. You can also use the Beeline Designs rubber stamp. So the angel policy for all those items are, if it's a physical item that you've made using those products, then you can sell those physical products. I'm going to cut this in half because I want to use it in my journal page, kind of like I did over here. So what I'm going to do, this is going to go on this side, okay? And I'm going to grab another Bible page because I want to use these together. And I got to look at how I did that. Okay, so I put that over there. Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece because I want to attach it to the other page before I glue it down. And I want to put about a 1/2 inch score. And this is going to become a little tab. So this is going to be our flip out. So I was showing you earlier. So here's our journal page. We've got a pocket over here. Here's our blue. And then this flips out. Okay. So I'm going to take this and score down that edge. I'm just using my paper cutter as a guide. And then I've got one of those ball tip McGill scoring tools. If you're having streaming issues, try to refresh. Thank you so much, Michelle. That's so sweet of you to say. All right. Go ahead and fold this over. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to come back and fold it on itself. Like so. And when I do that, I'm going to slip this on this page just to show you. Oh, thank you, Sherry, for your donation. This will fit over here. And then this, it's not glued yet, would flip out. Okay, are you with me? So we just made this little piece with a tab on it. I did that first so that when I fold this back on itself, it makes it just a little bit shorter than my journal page. And I don't have to worry about it binding up in the middle. Okay. And about 1/2 inch is good. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this together. Just applying a little bit of glue. Like so. And I'm going to press this together. I'm going to move this out of the way for a moment. Use my bone folder. Alright, so I'm making this page first. So here's what I want to do on this side. I'm getting my example so I can look at it. Thank you so much, Tanya, for your donation. Thank you, Sherry, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, we had a time change. I forgot. Sorry. Hey, Kristen. I forgot to mention that last week because honestly, I had forgotten there was a time change until someone told me Saturday night. I understand, Julie. Thanks for stopping in. So I have got blueprint sketch. I've got the ink pad, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to rub it over this page. And that just changes the color of my page. I'm going to heat it really fast with my heat tool. Get a little bit on my hands here. Oh, have fun at the hairdresser, Julie. I went last week. I got my color updated, so it's got the purple in it. Oh, you can't see it unless I do it this way, maybe? I got the purple back in it. You flip out and it's not too cool, Jennifer. Don't flip out. I'm going to clean my hand off real fast. Get my cleaner. The only thing I dislike about the Distress Oxide is it's really kind of messy to get on your hands. Isn't it a cool color? I like it too. All right, we're not really going to use this for writing, but I wanted this as decoration. Drop my towel on the floor. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take and I use this one a lot. I don't know why, because I love it. It's the Flowering Branch. It's a rubber stamp that's from Beeline Designs, and I have that in my shop. And I thought it would be kind of fun to use this one around the edge. So here's what I like to do is stamp it, rotate, stamp it, rotate, stamp it, rotate, stamp it. And I'm going to go all the way around until I have this edge stamp with these little flowers. And it's just a little pattern to kind of add to your journal page. It may not be, super dark, but I just like the way that looks. Then I have this guy. This is from the kit, and I thought it would look really pretty as a belly band on here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it into place. Oh, I'm so glad, Kristen. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I have gone around all these pieces and used Distressed Ink Walnut Stain. You can use different colors if you so choose. That's up to you, y'all. Okay, so this side I have decorated. I'm going to put a journal card in here. We're going to wait for that. So now I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to open this up because I plan to glue it down, but I don't want to glue it yet. On this side, we're going to use a stencil. So I should have used the Retro Panel 3, but I made this page before I got the stencils. So I'm going to get the Retro Panel 2 here. I'm going to go back with the Distress Oxide Blueprint Sketch. This time I have the blending brush. These are these makeup brushes that I picked up on Amazon. You get 10 different sizes for like $10 to $13. It's pretty cheap. Thank you, Carrie, for coming back. Hey, Sally, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to gently go over this stencil with this brush. I could also use some Tattered Angels if I want, but this time, because I was using this particular color on the other side, I thought, well, I already got it out. Let's use a stencil and show y'all how to decorate up a stencil, with a stencil. Oh, I don't even have to go all the way down on the page, I just realized. All right, so I just kind of do a light patterning there. You see that? So now we've got a little light patterning on there. While I've got my piece of paper here, I've got this little piece of paper, which is one of those little tear-off notepads. And we're going to go ahead and stamp on the edges of this all the way around. So I'm just going to, again, like we did on that other page. And I just like the little detail. Even if you can't see all of it, because it goes off the edge, I just think it's really cute. All right, so now I'm going to apply some Distress inks to this guy. Where's my thing? There it is. Sometimes I try to get all the pieces hit before I start the live stream, and sometimes I forget one. All right, so this guy is going to go on here. And I just saw... I don't think I had any more pieces. Okay, so I forgot to do this piece. This is just a piece of cardstock that happens to fit right here on this little flip out piece. I want to go ahead and stamp around the edges of it. I thought if I left this one with a little bit of space in the middle, if you wanted to write something there, you could, or you could find something in your stash to glue on there. So I'm going to glue this on here as a pocket, and then I'm going to glue this at the top here so that you have writing space, which would be behind any journal cards that you would stick in there. Yeah, get the little flower stamps out and just have fun with them. This one seems to stay on my desk. I hardly ever put it away. Probably when I do some of the... when I do mermaid tails, that's what I plan to do next week, which will be more nautical. Those flowers don't really fit nautical that well. I mean, I could make them fit, I guess, but I'll be using a lot of new nautical stamps that I hope to get added to my website this week. I added 10 new nautical stamps this weekend, so you can also see those by going to my website, clicking on stamps, and then when you're in there, there's a way to sort by latest. When you do that, you can see the most recent stamps that I have added to my shop. Okay, so I have decorated both sides of what's going to be my flip out piece, and I just like to do this before I attach it together, mainly so that I don't mess up the rest of the page, or have a flat surface to work with. It's a little bit easier when you're working with that. So let's go back over here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this piece, and I'm going to line it up here, and it's going to be glued on the inside of my pocket, and it will flip out that way. So I'm just going to take this and line it up perfectly on the edge, and then add some glue to the tab and press that into place. Yay, nautical! Yeah, we're going to do mermaid tails on Monday. Norella has updated that kit. It is now printable as a full 8.5 by 11 page to make it 8.5 tall by 5.5 wide. Prior to that, it was set up to be a 5 by 7 journal when you closed it up after printing it. So here's what I'm going to do. So that's glued on. Does that make sense? Does everybody can see what I did here by having that little tab to be able to have a flip out? And now I'm going to glue this on here, but I'm going to make it a pocket. So I'm going to glue on the 3 sides and leave this edge where I added the paper to work. Didn't that butterfly stand out? It's gorgeous, isn't it? All right, so now I'm going to go across this way, and this way, and this way. All righty, and then we'll glue this down on here. Press that into place. All right. So see what we've got so far? So this will flip here. This page will actually fold back that way. I got to let it dry first. All right. Where's all my little thingies? That's not it. What did I do? Oh, here they are. I had them all piled up. I couldn't find them. All right, I need this guy. And I need this guy. All right, so on here, I want to make this little flag. So I had a little scrap of paper left over when I trimmed off this piece so it could fit here. And I got to looking at it, and, I thought, I haven't done this in a long time. I just cut a notch in it. You can see that a little better if I put it on my hand. This is about 2.25 inches long by about 3/4 of an inch wide. Yours can be whatever size you want, but I thought it would look kind of cute put underneath that little circle. Just real simple. You could go even more elaborate. Maybe you've got a piece of lace, you've got a doily you want to add in there. You can do that. You know, I have a tendency to like flat journals. I love the look of the beautiful embellishments, but I don't like writing in one. And therefore, when I make them, I make what I like. So if you want to add a little piece of lace before you put down this blue piece, you could, and that would be super cute. But I'm going to place this right here. And that'll give us a little spot that we can tuck something in on this side. So I'm just making sure that gets glued. All right, so I got this side pretty much done. We'll put the cards in a moment. I want it to dry all the way. So now I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to work on this side. All right, if you haven't already joined the raffle, please do so. All righty, so now we've got this side. So that's going to go here, and I've got this guy that's going to go over here. So y'all enter the raffle if you haven't already. And I'm going to cut this out, and then we'll pick the winner of the 200 junk bucks. Hey, Sarah, welcome. Kathy, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, Tanya, Sherry, Sam, Robin, Margie, Jennifer, and Mary. Thank you all so very much for supporting me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Lady Wolf. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so this one, I'm going to fussy cut basically kind of across this little area. So I think I'll leave the flowers that will be on the back page, and then I'm just going to fussy cut across here. Like so. And I'm going to go ahead and apply Distress Inks to this, and then I'll glue it to my little scrap that I have here of a book page. Hi, for the love of paper and ink. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Enter the raffle. We're about to draw. So I'm just going to take this and glue it down on here, and then I'll just cut it with my fingers, and I'll tear it. You know, I'll go this way. Yeah, I'll do it like that. So for those of you that just joined, I'm cutting up a page that I printed, and I had planned to print both sides, but it didn't feed correctly, so it didn't print correctly. So I decided to cut and tear up this page for our journal today. And we're using the So She Did by Calico Collage. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut this up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this side and rip it. All right, so join the raffle if you haven't already. And as soon as I've got this applied with some Distress Inks, we will do the drawing, giving y'all a chance that if you just joined us, to get entered in. I didn't say this at the beginning. If you will share my video with your friends and followers on any social media that you so choose, I'd greatly appreciate it. It is a wonderful way to support anybody on any platform. If you love something that somebody is doing, definitely share it so that they can be discovered by your friends and family or whoever that follows you. Because sometimes, you know, you never know. We share something and it sparks a fire for somebody else. And they're like, I've been thinking about this. Thank you for sharing that. So do share. If you have a YouTube channel, then definitely come back here and or right now say in the chat, hey, I have a YouTube channel, and then tell a little bit about what you do there. Fabric tack is pretty expensive. I don't use fabric tack. I don't like the smell. I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the way it sets up. I mean, I have some of it. I think in here in my cubby somewhere. I may have taken it to the shop because I really dislike it. I like Aleene's Tacky Glue because you can get a big bottle for $6.99. I usually use a coupon. And then if I have difficult embellishments, I save the best glue ever. I need to get a new bottle. And use the best glue ever for a lot of my difficult embellishments. And if it's super like plastic on plastic and I really want it to stick, then I'll use like Omni Glue or E6000. So I only have a few glues that I ever use. Yeah, so you use heavy body gel for heavy embellishments. Yeah, I know a lot of people that use that. Yeah, okay. All right, let's pick the winner of the raffle. And then this next giveaway is going to be a prize that Rhonda of Crafty Blind Girl has donated. She shared it on my page. So maybe you can see it there. So yeah. Hey Judith, welcome. So glad to have you here. So glad to have you here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pick the winner of 200 junk bucks. And then we're going to put in the next raffle. So the winner of 200 junk bucks is Giovanna. She's my favorite fan in that she watches every video that I put out. Have you watched all 500 of them now? Have you gone back and watched the ones from the beginning? By the way, y'all, I have like 500 or 600 videos now. And even though I've been doing this for a really long time, I do hope that you'll go back and look at some of my older videos. Even though I may be showing a product that you can't get anymore in that the rubber stamp design is somebody that's gone out of business or whatever, there's a lot of techniques that I share that you could just swap the stamp, swap the color of paint and do the same technique. So I hope you'll go back and watch some of those. All right, so let's reset that. Congratulations, Giovanna. And we've got the, I think it's a little mini journal from Crafty Blind Girl. So we're going to open up that giveaway. And thank you so much. She will ship that out direct from her home to you. So make sure that whoever wins today that I have your mailing address. Okay. You haven't watched many old ones, Sam? I've got a bunch. I've got a bunch out there. All right. So next I'm going to take this and glue it down on this side. I'm going to glue it all the way down. All this way. Junk journaling. Well, thanks for sharing, Kelly. I don't know why I said Carrie. I saw Carrie's name after yours, Kelly. Thanks for sharing. And welcome here. So glad to have you. Alrighty. And I will say this again, Sam and a couple others, they're the ones that suggested that I worked with this kit. And then someone had suggested the flip out page. I forgot who suggested it. If you have a suggestion like that, like, hey, Linda, I want to know how to make this thingy bopper. If I know what it is, great, I'll make it. If I don't know what it is, if you can give me a better description of it, or if you've seen one somewhere and you're like, I don't know how to put it together, but this is the thing I like, send me the link to that through my webpage, and then I can kind of look at it and figure out if it's something I can do or not. Okay? Alrighty, so I glued that piece down. Now we're going to glue this down as a pocket on that page. I find that in these journals that I like the pockets for little thingies, but I don't have to have pockets. But when I was playing with this kit, I was noticing how many journal cards I had, and I didn't have, with the kits, a lot of pockets. It was trying to come up creative with making pockets for this. How many of you could live in your art room? You want to learn about Thinky Bopper? Yeah, I think a lot of y'all would love to live in my art room. There's no room in here. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to make another pocket, but I'm not gluing a flip out here, but I do want to make this a little bit stronger. And I thought I saw, oh, I do. I have a piece of paper here, so I'm just going to cut a strip off of it. You could use washi tape, an old book page, a scrap laying on your desk. And all I'm doing is making this edge where we would stick something in a little bit stronger. So I'm going to take this and glue it right down. You put a camp bed in there? Oh my goodness. You'd have to sleep standing up. This room is full. What I need to do is empty it. And maybe one of these days I'll convince a couple of my friends to come over and just help me, you know. I'll put the blinders on. Y'all just take it out of the room and make piles. And then I'll go in there and say, okay, I don't need that. I want that. I need that. It's hard for me to get rid of things because I did get rid of several things many years ago. And as soon as I did, I regretted it because I wanted those items. So I have a tendency to hang on to things, but I am getting a little better with letting go. And my hope is that I'll be able to kind of go through and, for example, I don't do cross stitch anymore, and I have a ton of cross stitch supplies. I need to just go ahead and let go of it. I mean, I know there was money in that, so I like I need to put that in a box and say, okay, here it is, and get rid of it. And you know, someone said, as she said, I would love to have about, and this may be greedy, but I would really love to have about a 3,000 square foot building that I could say, she answers the most anything. Yeah, I do, Donna. So, you know, I'd like to have a section that this is for sewing. So I would have my sewing machines over there, would have all the fabric, any sewing books, sewing examples, sewing projects in that area. And then I want to have a mixed media area that's going to have my gel plates and my collage papers that I would use. And then I'd have a rubber stamp area that would have all of my rubber stamps and ink pads. And then another area for ephemera. You know, I want to split it all up. And if I was still doing cross stitch, I would probably put that as part of the sewing. I have yarn because I used to crochet. I've got, I make handmade glass beads. I haven't made those in years because I didn't have a space for it. I would love to have another studio space where I can put my kiln and play with my hot glass. So yeah, I want big, you know, and at the same time, I want to travel and do stuff. So I'm like torn. Okay, so I've got this glued down. This is a pocket here. There's a pocket here. We've got a pocket here, a tuck, a pocket, and we've got a flip out. So here, let's start putting some more stuff in here. I'm looking at my thing. Okay, this guy's going to go here. We're going to flip this over. So I've got my sample that I made, so I'm kind of looking how I did that. So this is one of the postcards. Isn't that super pretty? And I should have showed you the other one. I just love the way Norella put this kit together. And I'm hoping that if you're seeing this today, if you have this kit and you haven't used it, that I'm giving you some inspiration on putting it together. This is one of the flash cards. So I'm just going to poke that up under here. And then here is, let's see, let me go. Oh, here's a card that I made. So this is what I did. I had some heavy cardstock, and I had some tattered angels because I was painting something else, and I had some left over. So I just took my paintbrush and just swiped it all over this huge 8.5 by 11 page. And then I took the Queen Anne's lace and rubber stamped that on top in the blueprint sketch. I rounded the corners. I cut it down to, what is it, 4 by 4.5 maybe? Yeah, 4 by 4.5. And rounded the corners, and I added some distress ink. So I just thought that was kind of cool how that came together. I'm noticing that I've got another card that I want to make that goes in here. So I'm going to set this aside for a second and grab that stamp, which is right here. And I've got a piece of paper that I'm going to use right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. No, I'm not. I'm going to stamp it first and then I'll cut it. So I've got, I changed my mind. I can't stamp it first because I need to color it. All right, because you want to put this, you want to stamp on top of the oxide ink if you want it to stand out. If you stamp first and then put the oxide ink on top of it, it will kind of blur your lines a little bit. So that's why I'm doing it in this order, where I'm colorizing my page and then stamping on top. Ideas to use. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you. Okay, I saw ideas to use. I don't know what you were talking about, so. Oh, I bet. Still trying to put, she tore it apart. She's still trying to put it back together. Yeah. See, that's just it. I've been really reluctant to do anything because I knew it's going to be a nightmare. My brush was wet, so that's why I'm getting these marks. If you keep the brush loaded with ink and don't ever clean it, it won't have these marks. But because I cleaned it and it was damp, I'm getting some little marks. But I like the way they look a little bit when I stamp over the top of it. I'm going to end up trimming this card a little bit because I don't want it as big as it is. Oh, thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you so much. I'm giving you ideas to use. Okay, good. I'm glad you like the ideas. Thank you. Okay, so I've got some archival ink. I've got the butterfly collection stamp. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to stand up only because I know I get a better impression if I stand up when I'm doing a great big stamp. Turn this around. I'm going to get it somewhat close to the edge. So I'm going to kind of look at that. Put it down, and then I'm going to stand up. And y'all get to see my butterfly necklace. See my little butterfly, dragonfly necklace Henry bought me several years ago? Okay. And I know I probably push on my stamp too much, but this is just the way I do it. I've been doing it all my life. Okay. So there is that butterfly collection on top of that blue paper. So now I'm going to dry it because it's a somewhat glossy paper. I had a whole stack of this weird paper that was cut at this weird size, and it's kind of glossy. So I thought, well, I need to use it. So I'm making journal cards out of it. Thank you, Donna. This is from So She Did by Calico Collage. If you could share that link, I would greatly appreciate it. Norella just came in the house. Hello, Norella. Norella is the creator of this kit, So She Did. And I'm thankful to be a part of, thank you so much, Carrie, to be a part of her design team and call her friend. Because I bug her all the time. Hey, you should make this to sell. And she's like, oh, okay. I won't. Sometimes I wonder, she's like, really, Linda? Another thingy? But I hope that those things are selling. And I hope that y'all, if you're going to buy digital images, you buy Norella's because they're the best. And I'm biased, I know. All right, I'm just going to go in here on this edge because that's where I cut it off and I want it to be a little bit darker. But here's a great way to quickly make a fun card. It kind of looks distressed old. I am going to do one more thing because I did it on the other one. Where did I put it? I know I did it on the other one. Yeah. So I've got one of the bigger brushes just because that was the one that wasn't inked. And I'm going to go in here in the middle and kind of blend this out. And that takes away that stark white. You could also use an ivory paper and then you wouldn't have to blend the middle. But just kind of knocks it back a little bit. Tuesday morning for Jennifer at 10:45 because you're in the UK. She wanted to create something, and so she did. Exactly. All right, so I'm going to put that right there. So I've got these two little cards. Sometimes I kind of cheat by using one to stack the other one up. Okay, so I got that. This goes there. Close that up. Flip it over. All right, so I need to flip this over. And on this side, I want to put this little phrase, Hope, Faith, and Miracles. It's a fussy cut piece that Norella offers. So we're going to put that right here. And I just realized, did I put one in here? I did put, okay, here it is. So I've got one journal card that'll go in this little pocket that we made. Okay? And I'm going to take this and fold it. So when you open the journal, this is the first page you'll come to. Then you'll have this and this. That's what it looks like without it. And then you flip it over. In here, you've got a pocket that you can put stuff in. We've got a pocket here. Okay, you can even write on this area. You can write on this area. Flip this page over. You've got a journal card here under this belly band. This flips out. You've got another pocket. You've got journaling space here. You've got this little flag over here on this side holding a journal card. It may not stay very well. You may want to put another thingy right here to keep it from falling down. That's just my personal preference. You may want to just take it out altogether and just write and don't even worry about it. But that's what I have for you. And we'll just flip that over. So that's what this looks like. You like it? Do you like it? And I did the same thing. I just printed the kit twice so that I could make the pages similar. This is a pocket here. Okay. I put it in the wrong one. Thank you so much, KNRP. Thank you, Carrie, for your donation. Thank you, Kelly's Creative. Thank you, Lady Wolf. Thank you, Kathy, Tanya, Sherry, Sam, Robin, Margie, Jennifer, and Mary for your donation. Thank you, Tanya. You just got your $10 off coupon. Congratulations. You like this, Norella? You like how this came together? Because there wasn't as many pages, I was trying to think of creative ways to kind of expand on this kit. And I think I found that one to do. All right, so moving right along. All right, we're going to make this page. Oopsie, I'm knocking stuff out. We're going to make this page. And it's relatively simple. So we're going to start with the inside. I've got a few of the elements from the Calico Collage kit. This is my wedge to circles. I think that's what I called it. Wedge circles. Maybe I called it wedge circles. I don't remember. It's wedge. Just type wedge. You'll find it. And I thought because the other side of this gel print had circles and bubble wrap on it, that it would look kind of cool that when you're flipping through the journal and you come over to this page, you'll see these circles. So again, I've got the Distress Oxide Blueprint Sketch, and I'm going to go in here with my blending tool and blend. We made it to one journal raffle. Thank you all for your donation. So we will be giving away at least one journal at the end of this stream. And it's already 5 o'clock and I feel like I haven't done anything because I only made one journal page. But hopefully that was the most complicated one. The others will go relatively quickly. Like I know this one's going to go fast because technically I'm almost done with the distressing part of it. Because I just wanted to add a little bit of color and texture. It doesn't have to be a super strong amount. But see how that kind of just adds a little bit to it? You like it? Okay, good. So Norella says a little info about the So She Did. The blue mixed media art and the My Story was actually given to you by Best Solar. I couldn't remember her last name. Mixed media artist Best Solar. I showed them that with the cover. That this is what she gave you to work with, and that's what inspired this kit. Okay, you typed the wrong thing? Well, good, Tanya. You can use it towards stencils. All right, so I know I've probably already used this a lot. You're probably going to get sick of it, but I love the way this flowering branches work. So I'm going to come in a little bit further from the corner on both sides here. Stamp there, stamp there, stamp there. Okay? You like that? Is that cool? All right, and now I've got I gotta find it now. I have all these little pieces. Okay, there it is. So I need this guy and this guy. So I'm just gonna glue this down on top of here. And you could make these circles even darker if you wanted, meaning solid, but I think it's going to be really cool to use this on my gel plate. Yay, I'm glad you just demonstrated, that I demoed it then. Demonstrated. Yeah, I like them with the lines. I thought they would look kind of interesting, just instead of plain old circles. All right, so this is really all I was going to put on this page. How do we get what we want? Well, what you do is I will message, you can go to my website to the contact me and tell me what your mailing address is, and then I will ship it out to you. All right, so I went ahead and folded my page because I like to know where my center mark is so that when I go to put elements on, I get them centered where I want. And I've got this piece and this piece and this piece that I want to put on here. But before I do, I'm going to stamp on it. Again, the same technique. I know y'all are going to get this ingrained into your heads to embellish your stuff with some rubber stamping. And if you don't have this stamp and can't afford it, I understand. Find a stamp in your stash that you can use. Another one that works great like this is the beach rose. I like the way that works around the edges, the size of them. I also like using the Bella rose. This is a scrap of music. Thank you, Michelle, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I've got this, and I think I have to put it over just a little bit so you kind of see it, because I wanted it to be seen. So I'm going to glue this down a little bit over from the edge here. So right about here. And I'll glue this down. This was, again, a scrap of paper. I don't even know what it was from. I had a whole bunch of these blue pieces in my stash. I think it might have been from when I made a bunch of greeting cards that I sold in my little local stores where I had my stuff. And I think I made like 2 dozens cards because I was trying to use up my cardstock, and I think this was part of the scraps that were left over when I was making my cards. So I was like, well, hey, it's scraps, it's leftovers, it's junk to most people. No sewing cam today. Sorry, I had too many other things to do. I had too many. All right, so that's on this side. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. I got another little scrap, and this is one of the faux postage that Minorella made to match this kit. And I love these faux postage. They're super cute. If y'all haven't seen in the past, I'll use some of her domino images and the square images that she offers in her shop. And then here recently we started talking, and she said, well, okay, I'll make some faux postage. And I like this because she has a whole page of a variety of sizes, so it makes it kind of cool to mix it in, especially when they match the kit. All right, I'm going to glue that right on top of this piece. It's a tired lamb. Linda's tired. I didn't sleep very well last night. I woke up at 2:45 and had to go to the facilities, and Henry was up and had gone to the facilities, and I think that's why I woke up. But anyhow, not trying to blame him. I noticed got up. And then when I got up, my back was hurting. And then my stomach started growling because I was hungry and I could not get back to sleep. I was like, seriously? I want to go back to sleep. So I got up and I did some exercises for my back. I ate a few grapes because I was trying not to eat bad food because I needed to go back to bed. My stomach was still bothering me, and I thought, well, maybe I need to take an antacid. So I took an antacid because I thought maybe that was the problem. I did some more stretches on my back. I laid down for a little bit. Didn't work. My back still hurt. I got up, did some more stretches on my back. I was like, oh my gosh. It wasn't until probably 4:45 when I fell back asleep. And I did not want to get up this morning. Okay, so I layered the piece of music just behind this piece of cardstock that has the Norella image, and I've glued on two sides here. This paper's a little thin for a pocket, but I think it'll be okay. But if you're afraid that it won't be thick enough to hold your stuff, it's not sturdy enough, just add 2 layers of paper. You can just glue 2 together and then tear them as once. And I glue scrap paper to the back of my music because the music is a little bit harder to get a hold of, and it seems silly to waste it by, gluing 2 together. But if I glue it to another scrap, it works out pretty good. Yeah, I hate it. Isn't it awful? You're like, and then you wake up in the morning and you're like, I don't want to get out of bed. All right, so this is a strip. Norella makes a long strip, and I was trying to figure out how to split it between 2 journals, and this was my solution, was to cut it. And because this is so bright blue, we put it across the top, and it's like a strip of washi tape. You will eat the cookie? I try not to eat cookies. We don't have any right now. We do have a pie. There's a couple of slices left. There's a bakery in town that Henry said, you need to go by there and say hi, kind of introduce yourself, and then buy something for the weekend. And so I bought a whole s'mores pie that has a layer of Irish cream, and it was graham cracker crust, dark chocolate, almost like a thick fudge. Then it was the Irish cream, and then it was meringue on top. Oh my gosh, it is so decadent. So we've been nursing on that. We had a piece Friday. We had a piece yesterday. Do we have one in between? I can't remember if we've had 3 times. I think there's enough for it one more time, maybe 2, if we eat small slices. So we've been milking that one. It's really good. All right, so this journal card is going to go here, and I'm just chattering away. Get stuff done, Linda. Quit talking. All right, so there's our page. What do you think, y'all? Using the stencils, you could also do this on top of a book page, or take your junk mail, coat it with white paint, and then stencil over the top of it. Pie. I know pie. Yeah, a piece of pie. Yeah, the time zone change sucks. I wish they would just do away with it. All right, so there's 2 pages we've made, y'all. Let's get the next one. No, I can't do this one yet. I gotta do a different one first. I have to have them in order. Is this it? Okay, yes. Put this over here. Put this over here. I got all these little pieces. This goes with that. This goes with that. Okay. Alrighty, so, whoopsie, all my stuff fell out. All my stuff fell out. Yay, Linda got a page done. I got 2 pages done. I'm going to hurry now. Okay, so this is a coffee-dyed sheet of paper that my friend Beverly of Beeline Designs gave to me. It was from a composition notebook, which is about 8.5 by 11-ish in size. If you take the stitches out down the middle of that composition notebook, you end up with a full, great big sheet. Then I take that and trim it down to be 8.5 by 5.5, and this becomes a journal page. And we're going to decorate these corners here. So what I need now, okay, there's this, is I've got a doily, a paper doily here, and I'm going to take this doily and fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again, so I'll end up with quarters. I'm going to go ahead and cut it apart. It's funny because I did this and I thought, well, dang it, I should have left it as one piece because of the next step. But it ended up that because I did this, I ended up with a cool journal page design. So I'm going to grab my spray box here, and I'm okay if there's stuff on the page. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to grab these guys. I'm going to put them in the corners of my page. And then I got to make sure I remember which color Tattered Angels I was using. I think it was that one. Yeah. Okay. This is a color I can't get anymore, but I am hoping I won't have this exact color in my shop, but I'll have a color similar to it, because I was looking at my stash and I saw a color that I had on my personal stuff that would be similar. This is from the Royal Peacock kit, which I'm out of, and I have to order 100 bottles of each color in order to reproduce this kit again. So I haven't done that. If I ever win the lottery for the ticket that I've never purchased, I'll do that. All right, so I've got those in my four corners now. And they don't have to be perfect. I'm just laying them in there. And then I'm going to take my pink Tattered Angels. I think I'm going to add Party Pink to my shop. And I'm going to spray over the top of that in all four corners. Okay? You see that? How that came together? I'm going to add a little bit more up there. And then I'm going to dry this really fast because those doilies can be kind of wet and I don't want it to get all over the place. Oh, sorry, I had to mention those. I'm going to get a drink of water. All right. Okay, you know what I do? Do you see what happens on the page since I've made those corners? Pick this one up. I thought it was kind of cool how it came together. Still a little damp. All right, I'm going to set this aside for a minute, and we'll come back to that. But this is more important. I've got these pieces. This one's still a little damp. I've got these little pieces that we're going to use. But before I put those down, guess what? I'm going to get the same flowering parent stamp. And I'm going to come down a little bit further than I did on the other corners, because when I put this piece on top, I still want to see the flowers coming out. And I'm going to go ahead and do all four corners the same way. So this, I know I'm using some of the same supplies. I didn't come down far enough. On this journal kit. I think that's perfectly fine to do that. And at the same time, if you want to use every stamp you own and really make every page unique, meaning every quarter of a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper is different, do it. Just because I'm not doesn't mean you don't have to. Okay? I just like the consistency of it when I'm working on a journal. Sometimes I don't want to have to think about what I'm doing. I did think about it the first time that I made my example page. So when I'm trying to teach someone, I like to be able to just go ahead and put it together by looking at my example so I can talk to y'all. All right, I'm going to glue this down. Make sure that you join the raffle, ! Raffle. Yes, it is coffee dyed paper, Norella. My friend Beverly of Beeline Designs did a bunch of coffee dyed paper. I think her technique was spraying the paper and then just laying it out to dry. Thank you, Margie. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I can still do it though. I'm going to take my little brush here and kind of brush over that doily. So it'll kind of give it a little more of the antiqued look. So you can kind of see the difference between the pinks, how much brighter the other one is. I forgot to do that before I glued it down. So I'm doing your kit today, Barb. You said you wanted, so she did. You'll have to go back and watch from the beginning. Set this out of the way for a moment. All right, did y'all get entered into the raffle? This is for a mini that Crafty Blind Girl made. So she's offering that as a prize. I appreciate her doing that. If you have a gift that you want to give away as a prize, let me know. You can send me a message through my website or through my Facebook page, and I can make a note of what you want to give, and that's what we'll have one of the drawings in my live streams. Thursday, I will be doing some gel printing. I've got to decide that. Does the coffee dye paper have any smell to it? This one doesn't. She made this a while back. I think I've had this 4 months, maybe. But I don't smell any coffee on it. I think if you don't store it in a closed container, the smell will go away. But this one doesn't smell. Having typing issues? I have that sometimes. That's why I'll do voice to text. I like doing voice to text. I'll be saying, okay, hang on, Henry, don't say anything. And he's like, what? He's like, that's just rude. I'm like, well, you don't, just stop for a moment. So I'll tell my phone whatever it is because it's so much faster than trying to type it out. All right, so now I've got some pieces from the kits. I used the add-on kits, the journal kits, the faux postage kit, and the flashcards kit. So I used all of them. So I can't really tell you, if this butterfly is from the add-on or if it, yeah, I think it's on the add-on. I know this is from the kit. I think this is from the add-on. And I'm going to place these right here. Okay. Yeah, Tanya says hers didn't have any smell when she used coffee. So I think if you let it dry completely and you don't seal it up in like a Ziploc bag or a sealed container, the smell will go away. So if you do it the same day and it still smells like coffee, give it a little bit. You love the smell of freshly made coffee papers, yeah? Well, you're just weird. No, you're not. You love coffee. All right, and then on this side, I've got a couple of the fussy cut butterflies from the kit that I thought would look kind of cute up here. Ah, thank you, Barb. Thank you for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I forgot to bring it in here, but I have posted the next month, April's Artistic Stencil Club images. They're going to be nautical in theme. So if you've already subscribed to my Stencil Club, that's what's going to be coming in April. Thank you, Lori, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here is another page that I made. So I'll show both sides so you can kind of see what I did. Just stamping in the corners and then adding the little paper doily underneath. So there, I've used a paper doily in more than one place. Well, not yet technically, but I will have. Okay, so now I got to get this page. Okay. We're going to go back to this guy that we made a little bit ago. I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm going to use the More Daisies stencil. I just love this stencil. It's going to be so much fun, y'all. Okay. And I'm going to spray it again with a pink. And I think what I said, I'm going to add party pink to my shop. I have one bottle, so I don't want to add it until I get an order in from Tattered Angels. And I'm going to take a piece of copy paper on the back side and mop up any Tattered Angels that's on top. I love doing this because I get 2 prints out of 1 spray. And I'm going to spray the back side just so this side has some sparkle on it. And we're going to set this guy over here out of the way for a moment. And then this is what it looks like when I sprayed through. And then here's the other side. So it kind of shows through, not a lot, but you see the corners. Okay? And I have a new stamp. Where'd it go? There it is. That I'll be adding to my shop. It's a stamp set. There's 2 of these little bitty swirls. So I'm waiting on Beverly to give it a name because it is not in her catalog at all. It was some stamps that she made but never turned into the catalog, but she still had the materials to make the stamp. So I asked her yesterday for something like this, and she showed me those. I'm like, yes, those are perfect. She says, yeah, we've never added them to our catalog. So she's got to give them a name, and then once she does that, I can add it to my store. So I've got these little bitty curly Q type designs. I'm going to use Picked Raspberry, and I'm going to stamp this kind of coming out from behind. I asked her because Norella used this little swirly type design in the kit, and I really liked how it looked, and I wanted a smaller little stamp that I could use to decorate with, and this was perfect. Okay, all right, so we decorated that, and then I have a butterfly and this round blue piece I'm going to put in that corner to call the swirls swirly curls. Swirly curls. We could do that. I'll tell her. Swirly curls. Actually, it doesn't matter what she calls it, really. I just need her to give it a product number and a price so I know how much to put them in my shop for. Because they're super cute. And I think they'll go with so many styles of journals because you can stamp them in any color. So that's what we did there. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half just so I know where my center is. Okay. All right, and then we're going to flip this over onto the other side. This has got, we've got it decorated up here. I've got a hymnal. I'm just looking at my notes, what I was doing. What were you doing, Linda? I don't know, stuff. Okay. So I've got a hymnal, and I've got a book page. I think it's out of a Bible again. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. I'm going to glue this together. So this is where I was telling y'all that if you have a sheet of paper that really isn't quite thick enough for what you plan to use it for, glue 2 sheets of paper together. Slide this over for a second. Use my bone folder. Was it time to do the raffle and I forgot? I'm sorry, y'all. I got distracted. Okay, let's do the raffle. I'm going to glue this down. What we want. Standing on the promises. Home on the banks of the river. We're going to glue this side down. Alright, I got to do the raffle, y'all. Here's your last chance to get in on the raffle of the item that Rhonda made, which is a little mini journal. I got distracted. Squall! Swirly twirly curls, maybe. They're kind of pretty. Okay. Let's do the raffle, and let me pick. Oh, yeah, I've got one of these left. Come here. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Okay. That's a hint, y'all. Alright, let's pick the winner who's going to get the little mini journal from Crafty Blind Girl. And that winner is Manda Dawn. Congratulations. I have your mailing address. If it hasn't changed, I will pass that along to her and let her know she'll get that shipped out to you probably later this week. Alright, let's reset this. And we're going to go. Let me go back. All right, so we're going to open a giveaway, and it is for a Shabby Chic Kitten tag that I made. I had a couple of these left. I think I have one more maybe. And I made several because I was doing a swap. I think I made 9, and I sent the 2 off for the swap, and I had some extras, and I decided, well, I'll start giving those away as prizes. So these are some of my 3D embellished stuffs. I do have tutorials on how to make this, so if you want to see that, go check it out. And I think it's just kitten tags. I think that's what Shabby Chic. Just type Shabby Chic tag on my website, and you'll find it, or you can also do it on my YouTube. Alrighty, so I glued this together. Now what I want to do is I'm going to trim it out because I don't need that excess white area. And it's also good if you save that piece. I should have saved it before when I needed a strip of paper to strengthen the edge of my journal page. Alright, so I trimmed that. I'm going to go ahead. I didn't get enough glue here. I'm going to go ahead and crease this in half so I know where the halfway point is. And I'm going to cut this in half. Just so happens that this is narrow enough to make a pocket, that when I did it this way, I have plenty of space to make it a pocket on here. Alright, now what I'm going to do is take these 2 pieces and lay them into my spray box. And I'm lining them up on purpose like this because that's going to create a journal page that I can use later on. I'm not using it this time, but I will be. So I'm going to take the triangle flowers and put that in here. And I've got the sapphire blue, no, imperial blue, tattered angels. I'm going to shake it up. Shake it up. Had lots of glimmer in the bottom. I do have this color in my shop, and it is called Imperial Blue, and I'm going to spray that over the whole page. Okay? I'm going to grab another copy page, lay that on top, and mop up. I'm going to go ahead and spray the back just so it's sprayed. Thank you, Terry, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any of you that were new to donating today, make sure you go over to my website and create a user account, and I will get you added to the YouTube membership. And make sure you send me a message, hey, I donated on YouTube, my YouTube name is, and I'll get you added. So that's mopping it up. And then here's what it looks like sprayed through. I was a little heavy-handed, but I think it's kind of a cool texture. And then look, it kind of makes a journal page here that we can also use right off the bat. So don't discount all these pieces, because you can use all of it when you're creating. All right, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to apply some distress inks all the way around the edges of these as soon as I find my doodad. Less than 12 bucks. Look in your couches for spare change. Thank you, Margie, my cheerleader. So I'm not going to get to keep the second journal. I could. I think it's going to be super darling. I just want to keep it. I did make 2 different covers, but the insides are pretty much identical. There may be a couple of variations. All right, so I've applied some distress inks, okay? Then I've got a paper doily here, so I'm going to get my scrap of paper. I'm going to use the Picked Raspberry Distressed ink. I got to find the right brush. And I've got a brush that's loaded up with the pink. And I'm just going to colorize this doily. So you saw that I sprayed it with Tattered Angels. And here's using the Distress Oxide. You can also use just the Distress ink as well. So I got that. And there's one there. And there's one here. Oh, I forgot to do one more thing, which was to go around. Did I do the whole thing? No, I just did the edges. I'm going to go around the edges with distressed ink. I just kind of like using the walnut stain because it's a little bit darker and I don't have to keep applying it to see it. I can just kind of barely swipe it and it gives me just that touch that I want. Now, a brand new juicy vintage photo will be dark, but after a while, that kind of gets a little bit light. Welcome to the live, Terry. All right, so now I've got these two doily pieces, and I've got two butterfly pieces. I'm going to go ahead and glue the doilies down. And what I like to do on the doilies, I didn't show that on the other, is I like to make just little dots on the back side. And when I use Aline's tacky glue, it dries clear. So I'm not really worried if I accidentally have some smush up between the holes in the doily. I just kind of press it. You don't want to rub it because it's so thin that it could rip because it's wet with the paint. Well, you know what, Carrie? When I ship your order to you, you'll get a new spray box. You can use the box that I shipped to you. I got your rubber stamps today, so I hope to ship everything out tomorrow. So see, I will save you that. Yeah, have you not been? Oh, you're having surgery Thursday? Well, I hope it goes well for you, Carrie. I hope it goes well. All right, so then I've got these Calico Collage butterflies, and I'm going to put those on top. What do you think, everybody? Now, you could glue this as a tuck spot. I'm going ahead and gluing it all the way down. I'm putting it as a diagonal there. Yippee! See, you'll get a box. Just cut off the top flaps so they're out of your way, or cut it at an angle. Some people have taped the top lid up and then just kind of down the side and left a lip in the front so it's a taller shield. Okay, so we got this guy that we sprayed because we made this side, and we're going to put these guys on top, and we're going to decorate these corners. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down as pockets. Cross, back up, and like so. You like those? Thank you, Narella. Thank you so much. I had fun playing with this kit. There was something about this pink and blue combination that I have admired this kit for a while, but I just wasn't in the mindset to play with it. And then when y'all made the suggestion, I was like, oh, cool, I get to play with that. And then I was kind of figuring out, what can I use with this kit? How can I make this work for me? And so then I found some of my gel prints and started looking at my rubber stamps a little differently. And so this is how I came up with this idea to mix it together. That's almost kind of sort of rhymed. You have doilies to use? Well, get them out and use them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. All right, so on this side, I'm going to use a rubber stamp. I've got a butterfly. I set it aside a minute ago. Where'd it go? Here it is. Got a butterfly and the word, let your spirit soar. So I'm going to stamp this one down first because I want to come down just a little bit, right about there. And then I've got from the Butterfly Cuties, I think, or Butterfly Beauties. Butterfly Beauties. It's a little set, has 4 different butterflies in it. And I'm going to stamp that right there. Okay. This is that other little curl from the Swirly Curls. I don't know what we're going to call it for sure, but it's probably swirly. And I'm going to take it and come in from the top here and this side. I'm going to use the flowering branch again and stamp right there. And that just added a little decoration to the page. Do you like that? Okay, so then I'm going to go to this side and I'm going to do the flowering branch again. So I'm going to come in way from the top and come across and down. And then I've got one of the word phrases that we're going to glue right on top. Hello, Lori. Let's see, and Bonnie's here. Hey, Bonnie. And Casey. And Sherry. And Sam. And Marianne. And Terry. and Barb, and for the love of paper and ink, and KNRP, who is Kim, Jennifer, Tanya, Mary, Amanda, Sarah, Lady Wolf, Carrie, Kathy, Lori. Thank y'all for being here. Greatly appreciate it. All right, what do you think? So then we're going to put in these pockets. I've got 2 of the flashcards that I just love. What do you think, y'all? So that is what I made. And then, so this has got nice journaling space. Here's the other one, just using different flashcards in it. Okay, same techniques that I did on the other page. So we got another page made. Whoop, whoop. So we've made 1, 2, 3, 4 pages so far. We gotta hurry. Gotta pick this up. So this is a mop-up page that we made a little bit ago. And we're going to decorate this page. So I've got a few little elements here. Kind of set those aside. I've got this Celtic stencil that I've got to change. So this isn't the stencil you'll be getting. It will get modified. But I wanted to go ahead and show it because I thought it was really cool. I'm going to grip my scrap of paper again. And I've got the Distressed Oxide Blueprint Sketch. And I'm going to try to gently do this. This design was just too thin, so it's breaking off. So I got to go in and edit the file. Sometimes they're a home run right off the bat. Sometimes Henry will cut them and bring them home. And he goes, those don't work. The pieces are breaking off. And I'm like, oh, man. So then I have to fix it. All right. So there, I just added a little decoration in the corner. What do you think? And so we've got the pink and the blue together. So it can be in, oh, there you go, Marianne. Just film it once so we can be with you. All right. So we just added a little decoration there. Next I'm going to do is go in my little stash of things that I have. And I've got a couple of little items. These are 2 of the squares that Norella offers. This was a piece of paper that was foiled. It had a white area here, and I just put a piece of tape on it, washi tape. And I'm going to put that in this corner as a pocket. I'm going to apply a little bit of Distress ink to the edge, and then we're going to put it as a little tuck spot here on the side. Oh, Lord won a big one, 120 junk bucks. That's pretty good. Okay. This is going to go here. We'll glue these down. I'm hoping that y'all like this style of teaching that I'm doing. When I get done, I'll put in the description how many journal pages that we made. I think it's 7 or 8. It might be 8 when we get done. All right, I'm going to put a card in here, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to go ahead and fold this. You have catching up to do, Lori. Looks like a little phone book cover. Oh, I guess it kind of does, doesn't it? Like a little book cover with that down the side, but I chose to put it this way. All right. Too funny. All right, I'm going to flip this over. All right, on this one, on this side, we're going to do some more stamping. We're going to stamp the flowering branch. Got to do it in black. And I'm going to start over here. And I'm going to just stamp across the page. Okay. Same technique we've been doing. Now I've got this little fussy cut element that Norella offers in the expanded secondary ephemera kit. And I'm just going to put that right there. And then I've got this little piece. And this is a scrap from another page that I'm getting ready to show y'all that I'm going to put here. So I'm going to come over just a tad from the corner. It's about a 1 inch by 3 3/4 inch, probably. And we could pretend, you could also use washi tape. We could pretend that's a piece of washi tape. This is from the kit. And I'm going to glue this down. I thought it was funny how it perfectly matches the blooming branch. Flowering branch. Flowering branch. Alright, so let's put this up the side. Now, if you wanted, you could make this a tuck spot. You could take a piece of the book page and put that behind and then tear a little edge so you have just a little bit wider spot to tuck something in. And then this is a little word phrase. It says, optimism is the faith that leads to achievements. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. And that's from Helen Keller. So I'm going to glue that down right here. Thank you, Sherry, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate your supporting me. Alrighty. Put that right here. And then this is another element from the kit. And I thought it would be really pretty to put as a tuck spot. So I'm going to put a little glue right here and a little glue right there and go diagonally over the corner here. Kind of press that into place. And then this card will go in here. I'm not going to push it all the way down in. Okay, so we have that side. And then we'll flip this over. And then this postcard that Narella made will go in here like that. So here's the one I made earlier, same concept. Okay, close that one up. Another journal page made! I did all these where I could just grab the Ziploc bag and pull all the things that I needed because I have a tendency to lose stuff on my desk. Alright, so this one, we're going to decorate the inside of a scrapbook paper. So I took a sheet of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. It's that little bit thinner weight, but yet not super thin. And I cut off 1 inch on one side. Then I rotated it and I scored at 8.5 inches. And when I do that, that creates a pocket for the inside made out of the same paper. This works better with non-directional patterns. This one isn't too bad. It's okay that it looks this way. It doesn't have to be this way when we are looking at our journal page. So look at your paper. You may not want to use a directional paper. You want to use something that's got an overall pattern to it. And you could also decorate an 8.5 by 11 sheet or 12 by 12 sheet of paper like this and put collage papers all over it and paint over it because you don't like the color that's underneath. And just kind of keep in mind of, you know, turning your stuff so you don't have a one-way direction. All right, so we've got this. And then I've got the Floral Delight. Oh, thank you, Cynthia, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Floral Delight. This is a new stencil that I just put in my shop, and Carrie helped name it. It was her idea. So I'm just going to use the Distress Oxide ink again. Try to quickly do it on here, but I got to be a little bit careful because this stencil has some thinner parts to it. And I got a little rough earlier, and I broke my demo stencil. So I'm warning y'all that this one has some narrow spots in it, so be gentle with it. Don't get too rough. You can see where I broke it right here. It's like, oh, bummer. You know what? In my opinion, I don't mind if it's kind of broken because that gives it a little bit more of a distressed look. So that's just me. And that's not just because I broke it. I just like that it's kind of a little more distressed on here. And you can't really tell too bad that it didn't work. Okay, so now I'm going to glue down these sides right here. I can't remember what else did I do the inside. Okay, I don't need this anymore. I was trying to remember if I need to keep my little mat underneath. All right, so I'm just going to glue up the sides here, and it creates a pocket on my page. So it's a great way to use that scrapbook paper that you probably have tons of. Thank you, Sandra, for your donation. I know you got it. Y'all can probably see it behind me. So all of those right there, that's all scrapbook paper. All of that is scrapbook paper. Okay, now take that times 4, and I have that much in my room, plus at least 5 times that amount I have in my room. Yeah, I got a lot of paper. I'm using it. That's why I had to use some today. All right, so I've got this page. I'm going to go ahead and fold this. I'm going to have to hurry. I think I have one more page. Oh, good. I just have one more page. Yay! Maybe I don't have to kill myself. Going too fast. All right. So, these guys go together. This goes there. I need these two guys. I need this guy, and this guy, and this guy. Okay. So I've got some more of these little scraps of blue paper, and I've got a little paper doily, and these are a couple of the faux postage images. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to, on this doily, I'm going to put some distress inks on it. Put that out of the way. And just kind of make it a little bit darker so it's not stark white. While I've got my distress inks out, I'm going to go around the edges of this blue piece. I thought I did it beforehand so y'all didn't have to wait on me. But you gotta wait now. Oh yeah, how's school? Oh, we got to 2 junk journal giveaway today. Well, thank you, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You doubled your chance. All right, so I've got this guy. I'm going to go ahead. I kind of like to line them up with the pattern and then fold it in half. And that kind of gets me pretty even in design. But you don't have to. You don't have to be anal like me. Not that I'm, putting anybody in a category. All right, so now I've got these 2 little half circles. Now watch what I'm going to do. Let's put these on top of that, and it kind of pops. So I'm going to glue these down. Yes, Lady Wolf, you can take the rubber stamps apart from the wood blocks. You will, if you want to use them, you'll either have to just do it, with their floppy manually, or what you can do is put the cling mount on them, and then you can use the blocks and just stick them to them. So this is a cling cushion that's been added to the red rubber, and you can pull those off the blocks, peel off that old backing, and put new on it. Okay. Yeah, I won't do it for you, but you can do it. All right. Thank you all for being here and supporting me. I greatly appreciate it. All right, gluing that down. And then I'm going to take these, I'm going to glue it right on top to make little tuck spots. I love mixing the pink and the blue together. I hope y'all could see that I had fun with that. Especially using up these scraps that I had. I'm like, woo, I used several of these little scraps. I don't have near as many left. All right, so I got those 2 pieces, and I'm going to glue those down into the corners here, and then I'll make a second little tuck spot that we're going to make a little journal card to go in. Okay. And over here. All right, so now we've got those little tuck spots. You like it so far? Let that glue dry. All right, so let's make a little couple of cards to go inside here. So I'm going to get my scrap out. And here's what I've got. I've got some little cards I made. I think they're 2.5 by 3 inches, so not very big. I may have already got something on them, but that's okay. I've got the spiral fine, I think is what it's called. The spiral. It's a great big stamp. And I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to use my fingers. I'm not even use a block. I'm just going to use my fingers and just stamp it on there. And I'm okay if it's kind of distressed looking. And I'll ink it up again and then do the same thing. Okay? If I didn't get a spot and I want more, I just stick it down again. And I'm going to apply some Distress inks to the edge. I do it different ways. Sometimes I only do the front side, and then sometimes I'll go in and do the back side. I think part of it depends upon how distracted I get, how much time I have when I'm working on it, and how it looks. You know, some papers look better with it on both sides. Some it doesn't really matter. Just kind of depends on what you like in the look. All right, now I've got a scrap of this paper. So I'm going to take a strip. How big do I want that? Do I want it as big? Okay, I didn't do a big, thick piece. I was trying to see how big this was. Was it that big? Yeah. Maybe something like that. Why not? That'll work. I'm going to go ahead and use some Distress inks on this. And on this one. Are y'all liking the way the So She Did kit is coming together so far? I guess so. Y'all have entered into the raffle at the end, in a sense, because you've made donations and you liked it enough that we're going to give away 2 journals. If you haven't donated yet and you want a chance to win this journal, just make a donation of any dollar amount and then you can enter at the end. I will be calling off the names of those who donated, and only the people who donated will be eligible to win the journal. I am going to consider, I've got to work on making another journal, but I am going to work on a journal that when I'll let y'all know in advance to save your junk bucks, and the ticket entry will be like 400 junk bucks or something. So save a little bit of your junk bucks up, and we'll get you entered into a drawing probably soon of a journal that I made. And I just did that upside down. I like that this glue doesn't stick super fast. Alright, so I just made those little cards. This could also be really cute as an altered playing card, too. Because you could put stuff around the numbers if you want. Especially if you had a blue set of bicycle playing cards. Those are going to go in there. And then I've got... This is on an envelope that I, again, took some leftover Tattered Angels and just kind of swiped it all over. And then I took a little bit of Tattered Angels and used a paintbrush and inked up my rubber stamp. So it kind of gives a watercolor effect. And then, of course, I did the flowering branch. So I just thought it would be kind of cool to put that guy in there. And I'm missing a postcard. Where'd they go? Maybe I still have some. I have some. Aha, I guess I used all the postcards. So guess what? This journal is going to be a little different. Alright, so I'm going to use one of the kit elements and another one of the kit elements over here. I'm going to take this and fold it over. And on this, here's what I've got. I've got a strip that's 8.5 by 1 1/4. That's the blue. This was the strip that I cut off of this journal page, and I just made it the same height. I've applied some Distress inks to it. I'm going to go down the middle and glue it. You can then sew it with your sewing machine if you're into the sewing mood. Today I was doing so many different techniques, I didn't want to take the time to sew. Then I'm going to put glue across the top and across the bottom. And we're going to stick that down in the middle. And this is going to be a vertical belly band. And it matches the kit. And I like that the blue Has a nice contrast. On this side, I didn't have another sheet, but I wanted to have a pattern. I found some washi tape. So we're going to take a little piece of washi tape and tape it down as best I can in the center. And you want to pull your tape straight, but you don't want to pull it super tight, because if you have it super tight when you stick it down, your paper will curl. So you want to try not to pull it because it stretches the tape. All right, I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to take this and glue it down. All right. It looks very nice. Well, thank you. Glad y'all liking it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and then we're going to put a journal card that I made in the front. So I use the white glider, and this is from the butterfly cube. This is the little pink swirl and the other swirl, and then of course the flowering branch. And I just thought that was too pretty, and it went around it with distress inks, and then that kind of gives us a cool contrast when we come to this page. On this side, I used Norella's image that has the beautiful butterfly moths on there. And we'll put that in there. All right. And again, with the same thing, except these had the flashcards in them. But I made the same kind of concept down here. Okay. All right. Another journal page made. Last journal page to make. Getting all the stuffs. Right, I'm going to need that guy, need this. Oop, don't fall and make a mess. Okay. I need those, and those, these. Oh yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember everything that I had here. Okay. So, right off the bat, I've got a corner from Calico Collage, and there's two of them in the kit, and I've used the other one on the other journal page. I'll show you in a moment. But we're going to put this one on this side. And just glue down the edge. I'm using a piece of sheet music out of a songbook. I just cut it out of the book, and then I trim it down to be the size that I need. I found that if I go ahead and fold the sheet of paper in half and then just trim it down to be the size that I need, I get a better border around it than if I just try to go from one edge and then cut off a strip. All right, so we put that over here. And put this piece and this piece. On this side over here, we're going to put a little pocket. And I wanted to show y'all what I'm using. Do you see the pattern on here? Okay. Do you see what it's from? It's from a tissue box. Here in the United States, we have a lot of printed tissue box. And it's got a little piece of kind of cardboard, chipboard type weight. And so I cut up the box, and I'm using the pieces of the box to make a little tuck spot here. So I'm going to take this piece, and we're going to go from top to bottom, I think. I think that'll be good. Yeah. So I'm going to apply some distress ink onto this. This will be the last journal page that I'll make. Then I will do the drawing for the tag, and then we will start the raffle for the journal. Yep, that's what we're going to do. And I'll bind the journals together when I get this page done. All right, and this piece is going to go right there. You have a whole box of cleanup boxes to cut up. They're really pretty, yeah. And then we'll put that right here. Like that. It's just, you know, using your junk that you have. Yeah, lots of them. I don't keep them. I have so much stuff that I keep, but I was getting ready to throw this one away, and I was like, well, it's blue. It matches the kit a little bit because it's got blues in it. Why not? Okay. That's going to go there. I've got some washi tape here, and I think I want to put just a little strip up here, so I'm just going to cut it and then tape it across. Just decoration. I've got a word phrase, blessed and bountiful, that we'll put on here. You make tissues to make buttons and flowers. That's cool, Lori. Or Lady Wolfield. Sorry. I don't know where I got Lori. Lady Wolfield. We have 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, Lori. I'm using 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that I cut 1 inch off, so it becomes 11 by 12. Rotate it, and basically on the side that you cut off, that's how wide. It's going to be 11 inches wide. So you want to come down from the other angle 8.5 inches and score, and that should give you a 3.5 inch strip that you can then fold up. Does that make sense? I can do it again if you need me to. All right. That's decorated. We've got journal cards that are going in here. We'll come back to those. Let's go ahead and flip this over and do the other side. So I've got another corner tuck spot, and I just realized that I did this backwards, but that's okay. I think what I'm going to do is I like this curve, but I don't, yeah, we'll just leave it. I wasn't going to, but we'll leave it. Okay. And I've got another piece of sheet music that's going to go, we'll put it on this side. So I'm going to decorate this real fast by adding some distress inks. Did that help, Lori? I don't see you saying anything. Aw, you're so welcome, Rhonda. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so I've got a piece of sheet music, a hymnal, which I was getting ready to glue upside down. I'm going to put that right there. And then I've got one of the larger images from Norella that I'm going to put on top. And I glued it all the way down on the other one. So I'm going to do it on this one. And that's going to go all right there. So again, this was from a tissue box. And I'm going to glue this down in here to make it a little pocket tuck spot. Okay. Let that dry for a moment. I've shown this technique before. I took a gel print that I cut in half. I don't see the other one that I had out. And then I just tore it at a diagonal across here. And that's now creating a pocket that I'm going to put on this side. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down so it can be drying, so I can put the journal cards in it when we get done here. And then make the journal complete. It's going to go right here. You loving the colors? Oh, thank you, Candia. I'm glad you love it. This is from So She Did. All right, so here I've got, I wonder what I used that for. Did I just forget something? I got this leftover doily, and I don't know why. Okay, so I've got a one of the faux postage again. I'm just going to use my scissors and eyeball it. Sometimes sometimes I can't do this. It just bugs me. But I'm going to eyeball it today. I want them straighter is what happens. But this will show that it's handmade, right? Alright, so I'm going to apply some distress ink on here. And then we'll glue this two together. Glue it down. Glue it down. Alright, and this I'm going to glue on top here, but I'm going to glue two sides so it can become a little tuck spot. All right. Now we need to make a couple of journal cards. So, where's my piece of paper? There's one. And then I've got these guys that we're also going to use. Okay. Where's my scrap? There it is. All right, so here I've got a 4x6 card. We're making a stamped journal card. This is the last little thing. We got two more things we're going to do. You thought you liked my little sailboat stencil? Thank you so much. I thought it was kind of fun. All righty. So now I'm kind of cleaning my hands because I'm dealing with a white card. So here's what we're going to do now. I've got the topiary, large topiary, and I'm going to ink up my archival ink. I'm looking at my sample over my shoulder. All right. And then about this far down, I'm going to stamp it onto my piece of paper. You can use any paper you want, y'all. This just happens to be a little bit glossy. So because it is a little bit glossy, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my heat tool just so it doesn't smear. And that way it'll dry really fast. Somebody tell Carrie to refresh. Oh, she did. Thank you, Robin. All right, so that should be pretty dry. And what I did prior to the stream, because I've already made this card, was I stamped this image again onto a scrap of paper. Then I applied little dots of the best glue ever and let it air dry. And when you do, it becomes sticky. If it's a little too sticky, just kind of put it on your clothing and peel it off to pick up some lint. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to place it right on top of the image there. Pardon me. Okay, and then, yeah, because I want to mask that. Okay, so then I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to ink him up with the blueprint sketch. Okay, and I'm going to stamp him over the other flower, overlapping it just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hit the heat tool on it again because that is Distress Oxide on glossy paper and it will smear. So I don't want it to smear. Okay, then I'm going to take my second mask that I created, just pulling it off, and I'm going to lay that on top of my stamped two images. I'm going to ink again and stamp down here. It kind of fills in. Then I'm going to peel off my mask gently. You don't want to leave them on there for very long because that glue will become permanent. Ask me how I know how. All right. And there's what I did. What do you think? You like the double image? Thank you, Carrie. Thank you very much. Okay, so now that I've got this, I'm going to take the swirly stamps, and then I had, where did it go? In a Garden of Dreams. There it is. I have In a Garden of Dreams as a rubber stamp, and I'm going to put that right about here. Okay, then I'm going to take the little swirly stamps. I have to look at how I did the other one. I'm going to go one here and one over here. Then I'm going to take this stamp. I'm going to clean it real fast because it has blue ink on it. And this one's going to go right there. What do you think? Then I'm going to use, this is different, I'm going to use the Distress Oxide around the edge when I distress. What do you think? You like that? Yeah. It's fun to mask them like this. You get some neat layers to that. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Back in the stamping days. All right, so let me put this in here. And then we've got another card to make. Ah, okay. I was trying to remember. So now I've got these two little cards that are 2.5 by 3 inches. I'm going to ink up the same stamp, but we're going to do something different. I'm going to stamp on one side. Oops. Stuck. And I'm going to flip it around. And I'm going to stamp on the other side. So it gives it a cool little effect. Do that again. Like so. I'm going to dry these really fast. And then we'll finish this journal. Love it! Well, thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's what these look like stamped. And these guys are going to go right here. And then this guy is going to go in here along with this guy. And then this guy is going to go over here. And I flip that over and I put this guy in here. And then I have one of these little pockets. I decided I didn't want to glue it down. It was too pretty to glue it down. So I left it so that it could be stuck like that. Alright, y'all like it? Alright, let me move some stuff out of the way. Here's the other journal. I had this guy, same concept over here, just a little bit different, you know, word phrases, same stamp over here. Oh, I did something different, I forgot. Then I took the blending tool and just kind of went in the middle. And that helped blend it together a little better. That's what I was missing. Just adding a little bit of that blue in the middle. All right. Clear space! Clear space! Well, I hope y'all enjoyed today's session. We're going to put the journal together here. Let me go ahead and draw the winner if you haven't already entered the raffle. Please do so now. For the kitty cat tag, for the shabby chic tag. Yeah, I just shoved it. You like that? I shoved it. I'm bad about that, y'all. I have a whole pile here. I've got rubber stamps that I need to clean and put up. So I'm just putting them all in a pile. I had 2 bone folders on my desk. No wonder I couldn't find them. There's my scissors. I will want those. Those over here. This guy goes in here. That's a little better. I put a few things up. Alright, we're going to do the shabby chic tag right now. And then the following people, I'm going to list you right now so that while we're waiting for anybody to join the raffle for the shabby chic tag, Sandra Lewis, Cynthia Dossett, Sherry Deskins, Terry McNamara, Lori Merchant, Barb Dingwell, Faluke Feline Family, who is Margie Lucas, Michelle Glimmer, KNRP, who is Kim Polton, I believe, Paper Puddles, who is Carrie, Kelly's Creative Dreams, welcome, Lady Wolf Fields, welcome, Kathy Lake, Tanya Vern Chan, Sherry Deskins again, Sam Spade, Robin Finnessy, Faluke Feline Family again, thank you Margie, and Jennifer Smith as well as Mary Jones. Those people will be eligible when I open the raffle for the journals here in just a moment. Never know. Spray some perfume and go sit on Junkie Joe. Hilarious. Okay, so here is for the Shabby Chic Cuttin'. The winner is For the Love of Paper and Ink. And Carrie, right? No, not Carrie. Candia, right? Is that right? Is that Candia? I'm trying to remember your name. If so, I'm pretty confident I have your mailing address, but if not, mention in the chat or make sure you go over to lindaisrael.com and send me a message on the contact me so that I have your mailing address so I can mail out your little kitty tag. All right, so we're going to get the last raffle started, and it will go until I am done with this journals. I am making two So She Did journals. You get your pick of one of those. There will be two winners, and this is for donators only. If you enter the raffle and you did not donate and your name is called, you do not win. You're not eligible. Donators only. So She Did junk journal. Alrighty, and I know maybe mine's not super junky, but I love making them the way I make them. Alrighty, so here's what we've got. We've got all these beautiful pages, so I'm going to kind of lay them out here and try to decide what do I want for my center of my journal. Like this could be a center possibly. I've got these pages. Maybe we don't have near as an elaborate center. Oh, thank you, Sandra, so much for your donation. Thank you, thank you. I think these pages are kind of similar, so I'm going to stack them on top of each other. I've got the coffee dyed paper. I think those are really pretty. Maybe we'll kind of break up our coloring. This was the pages that I made from my gel print. I love that color. Maybe this will be the center. I feel like I don't have enough pages, but maybe I do. So this has got, you know, the pocket here. I think this will be the center. I think I like it. I don't have enough pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. I'm missing some. I wonder what happened. That's weird. Oh, I know what I was going to do and I forgot. That's what it was. I was going to add this journal page in and I didn't decorate it with anything. Because I know I've got 3 of these pages. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I add that, it'll make 10. All right, so I'm going to spray these really fast. Growling tummy. I know. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm going to spray the backside. And maybe I can find a rubber stamp really fast. And we'll add these in. Man, I thought I had counted correctly. I even had time left over when I got everything prepped. I thought, I'm doing pretty good. I got all this done. No, that is not the case. But I think this will be good because there'll be another blue page that can go in the journal. All right. We'll add something really fast to those. Let's see what we can do. Oh, I've got the word journal. Let's do that. We'll stamp it on the inside. Oh, that's what I did. I also stacked pages. Oh, I have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I didn't have to make these. Never mind. I'm losing my mind. All right, that goes there. All right, now I know what I need to do. Jeez. Okay. So she did. All right, this is going to be the first page. That guy. this guy, I think this one can go here, and this one can go here. That's going to be for the blue journal. No, this is going to be for that journal. Okay. So this is the blue journal, and I want, oh, why not? We'll do the same one for each journal. So that'll be the same there. Put that one there and that one there. Okay, now I've got them all lined up. I'm hurrying. I'm hurrying. Did I do the raffle? Oh, mathing is hard. I know, isn't that terrible? I had it stacked on each other. I use 20-pound copy paper, and then my cardstock. This is, I think, an 80-pound linen cardstock. It's textured, so I don't think it has to be super hairy. Sorry, I need to do the giveaway. I don't know what happened to me. No, I did do the giveaway. Oh my gosh, I am losing my mind, y'all. It was right there the whole time. Oh, my dear. Okay, so let's put this one in. That's what happens. It's right there in front of you, and you just don't see it. I could have used that paper anyway. Barb says, Junkie Joe, have I told you how handsome you look today? Oh. I like this journal, y'all. I want one. Y'all make me a journal. I don't have time to make my own. I'm going to set this aside and do the next one. Yes, I did do the kitty giveaway. It's the time change. It's terrible, isn't it? I went to bed early last night, but the problem is I woke up at 2:45 a.m. and was up until 4:45, so I didn't get any sleep. I went to bed at 9:30 last night. I was tired and ready to go to bed. All right, come on, paper. I think we're going to be eating dinner and I'm going to be falling asleep on the sofa. Henry's going to be like, what's wrong with you? You made a pie? No, wait. JJ made you a pie. I gotcha. I should have ate the cookie, Sam said. Oh, dear. I'm a blonde. Can you tell? Oh, dear. Okay. So, I've got my pages stacked. All right. And none of them are really short pages. I had another thing I was going to put in here, but it really clashes now that I look at it. So, I'm just going to keep my pink and blue and ivory. Oh, thank you, Constance, for your donation. Make sure you enter the raffle. So, I'm going to go ahead and paper clip these together, making sure these are all nested together really well on both sides. Okay, then I've got my template. I'm going to put it right down the center of my journal. We're going to do a pamphlet stitch. So I've got the Tim Holtz craft pick and all. I use one that's the same size as my needle that I'm going to sew with my wax linen thread. And I like to make sure that it went all the way through. I don't always show that, but I want to go all the way through. That's why I kind of lift my journal up. I'm using a piece of fun foam to push through. Some people use like an old phone book. I don't even know if we get those anymore in here. They've gotten so small. And I like that this is retractable, so I don't have to worry about stabbing myself. So I'm going to grab some of this wax linen thread. I want 3 times the height of the journal. Since I'm doing 2, I'm going to go ahead and just cut enough to do 2 journals. I've got a bookbinder's needle. These I sell in my shop too for $5. They're really strong needles, and I like the size of the eye in it. If you've ever noticed, a darning needle has a wider eye. This has a narrow eye so that it doesn't make a big hole in your journal. And of course, I have to store it in my junk journals tool bag. So we're going to start in the center, and it's going to come to the outside. I'm going to make sure that I put my thumb on the little tail and don't pull it all the way through, because we want to be able to have enough string to tie it off on the other side. And then I'm going to come from the front to the inside, holding that little tail. And I pull this string up to the top because I'm going to go back through that center hole, and I don't want to accidentally split that thread, because then it's hard to get your journal tight. And we'll come around. We'll come back up this way. Where is it? Gotta find the hole. That pattern, it was hard to see. Oh, thank you for the love of paper and ink, Candia. Thank you so much. Oh, you want to get that yellow kit, huh? Oh. All right, so now I'm going to make sure that this is tight on the front and the inside, and tie it off. You like my needles, Michelle? Yay! I'm so good. All right, so we're going to cut that off. And there's our first journal made. I chose this as the cover. It's one of the journal pages, but I thought it was beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and sign it, and then we'll put the other one together. And I'll flip through them. And then we will pick the winners. Okay. Put in there. Set this aside for a moment. All right, so this is the dark blue cover. Congratulations, that's a good win. 110 junk bucks. Whoop, whoop. And then do gel print it. Yep, yep. Oh, Lady Wolf, to get put into my membership on my website, go to my website and create a user account. Then send me a message saying, hey, I am Lady Wolf Fields on YouTube, and I made a donation to you during your live stream, and I will get you added to the membership on my website that gives you the free digital downloads, and it also gives you the 5% discount from my shop. Okay? Your real name is Lady Wolf. Okay! I wasn't sure if it was a title or if it was your real name. So, yeah. Does that answer your question? All right. Oh, awesome, Lori. I like the contrasting paper. Oh, yeah, and Robin, just remind, if you win something from me and I need your mailing address, definitely go over to my website and send me a message. Oh, was the link out of there? Sometimes they're out of stock for the wax linen thread. I can probably pick another one, but that'll get you the idea of it. Oh, you got your 12 by 12, Sherry? Awesome! Well, I'll be playing with those on Thursday. All right, so I'm just making sure those are tight. Those are pretty tight. Tie this off. I'm doing a square knot, tying it once, and then go back and tie it again. And then I'm leaving a little bit long in case whoever gets the journal, they may want to add some embellishments on there. And then I put all my tools back in my little junk journal tools baggie so that I can find them when I need them again. It's handy. Even my little template fits down inside. I am going to start offering, if you want something different embroidered on the other side, maybe your name, we can do that. It won't be fancy, but we can do your name. I made 2 full journals. Well, you got to remember, one page was already done before we started the live stream, so I cheated. It took me all day to make all those pages because I had to make a decision of what I wanted to do. All right, so here's our 2 journals. I'm going to get a drink of water. We'll flip through them. And we'll pick the winner. So now's the time, if you want to make a donation to get in on this raffle, do so now. All right, so we're going to have the Hope, Faith, and Miracles will be one cover. The other one is my story. So when I draw the first winner, you need to tell to me in the chat, say, hey, I want my story, or I want the Hope, Faith, and Miracles, or you can say the blue one. That way I'll know which one you want. So here's the front cover. I used one of the journal pages on the inside. Again, this is a linen cardstock. It's thin, but I like this style, especially when I put them inside a Midori cover. The Midori covers, like, for example, this is a Midori cover that has elastic in it. So you can kind of see the elastic there. And it's just slipped in. So this is my true cover. These are my signatures. And I can take them out and write in them. So that's the way that I like to do it anyhow. This is from the kit. Of course, we made this page today, so it's no secret how I made the pages. I made every single page with y'all today. So I hope you like that idea. Sometimes I'll make pages ahead of time, and I decided today that it would just be good. And then it blends so well together. I love it. And these are the little cards we put in. It's another one of those little pocket pieces. Using the different shades of blue. Using the tissue box, though, even the way the shape of it was already, at a curve like that. Tanya's already claimed the one she wants. You took a nap, Giovanna? Oh, that's hilarious. And remember, this has a journal card spot here, and there's another one there with a journal card, and then this flips out. Remember that flips out? I really like how it came together. It kind of just fell this way with the contrasting. And then the stamped card I showed you how to make, stamping on the pages. And I put this page in upside down. I just noticed this butterfly's upside down. Or is it? Maybe it's not. Oh, wait. Let's scoot over. Yeah, it's upside down. So you get to enjoy this one being upside down. If you want, we can take it apart, but I think it's part of the charm. All right, so that's the Hope, Faith, and Love. And then here is the other one. Some of the pages may be a little bit different. They'll be right side up in this case. And then some of these images that I use may be a little different, but it's the same concept for each one. I like it. Did y'all like it? That stencil is telling to you. Thank you so much, Norella. You like it? Well, I hope you get some sales. Buy this kit, y'all. Buy some rubber stamps and stencils for me so I can keep doing this. I've been working with Henry 3 days a week to help cover expenses. So if y'all shop with me, then I can do more tutorials. You don't mind it being upside down, Barb? And making that flip out. I hope you like the flip out today. Butterflies flying upside down. They do that. Yeah, they do. And then the same little. They're basically the same. All right, well, we're going to pick the first winner. Anybody have any questions before I do that? Signed it already. Here we go. You had so much fun. Yay! Thank you, Barb. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love the flip out. Haven't done one yet. Well, it was easy. I hope that you use that as an idea. Calling to you, darn your fingers. It's calling to you. It's calling to you. All right, let's pick the first winner if y'all are ready. You think it's one of your favorites? Well, thank you, Barb. I love the colors. It was a lot of fun putting that together. Monday, I'll be doing the mermaid tails. So it'll be completely different than this pink girly stuff. Pink and blue girly stuff. Alrighty, so let's pick the first winner. Thank you, Tanya. Jennifer got in. Carrie got in. Everybody got in. Lady Wolf, Jennifer, Lori, Sherry, Terry, Cynthia, Sam, Robin, Margie, Tanya, Sandra, Michelle, Sandra on her other account, Barb, Mary, Kathy for the love of paper, which is Candia, Connie, and Paper Puddles. Connie, did you donate? Connie, did you donate to somebody else? Because I don't see you in the list. Are you Constance? Right? I think that's right. I think Connie is Constance. Okay, I remember now. Not sure. You're in. Okay, let's give away. Let's do the first journal. Tell me which one that you want. So the winner of the first journal is Kathy Lake. Kathy, do you want the My Story in blue or the Hope, Faith, and Miracles? My tongue is tied. And congratulations, Kathy. You've been on a lucky streak the past couple of months. I'll be mailing out orders tomorrow and Wednesday. I had to wait on the rubber stamps because my dear stamp lady, her entire family was sick. But I finally got the stamp order this morning. All right, Kathy wants the blue one. And so I'll be shipping out orders. So if you've been waiting on an order from me for the past week and a half, and you had a rubber stamp, that's why. And then I had a couple others that I was waiting on stencils to be cut. So I think I have all my stuff that I can send out now. All right, congratulations, Kathy. Let's pick the second winner who's going to get the Hope, Faith, and Miracles. And that winner is Terry McNamara. Congratulations, Terry. I'm pretty confident I have your mailing address, but if I don't, then definitely make sure that you head over to lindaisrael.com, use that contact me form, and get your mailing address to me. All right? Terry, congratulations. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. We made 7 different journal pages. They were all different, and I ended up making 2 journals. We made, what was it, 4, was it 3 or 4 different journal cards live? Because I did make this one off camera, but we made the little cards. Oh, yeah, that was one. And we made... where's the other one? Oh, yeah, we made this butterfly one. So that was 2 that we made live. And then we made the little cards. We stamped there. Made these little cards. That's 3. And then we made this one. That's 4. So, yeah, we had 4 tutorials on making journal cards today. So I hope that you're inspired to create. And that I gave you a lot of good, juicy stuff. Kristen, I have a tutorial that shows you how I made my Midori cover. I'm also going to have a workshop, a live in-person workshop in April. I think that's right. Yeah, April. We're going to do that in April because in May we'll do the nautical kit. But yeah, so I'll have a live, but I do have a video that shows you how to make the Midori cover. Yeah, I'm so glad you had fun. Again, I'll be live on Thursday. I will be doing gel printing and using a bunch of my new stencil designs on Thursday. Then next Monday, we'll be doing the mermaid tail journal kit. If there is a kit that you want me to feature sometime soon, or if there's a technique you want me to do, Yeah, so I'll be glad to do that. Yes, I did make that today. Every page I made today. Every page I showed you. The coffee dyed paper was already coffee dyed, and I already just cut it down. That was given to me as a gift from one of my dear friends, and I just showed you how I decorated it. The scrapbook paper, I'd already cut the 1-inch strip and scored it, but that was made live today. And I have other tutorials that show you how to use the 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. This was using one of my stencils on the backside. The sheet music page, I showed you how to do that. I showed you how to make this pocket as well as make the designs on here. We showed you how to make the pocket pages. I showed you how to make the flip out page. Yeah, showed you the whole thing. Time to feed my tummy, Robin says. We gotta go. Alrighty. Spread your wing. Is that a kit? I don't know that kit. I'll have to look it up. I don't know that kit. That must not be one I've done, or it's new. My Calico Collage. Sherry, send me a link of that one. You're welcome, Sarah. Thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate you supporting me. Definitely check out what Norella's doing. And as I said at the beginning, anytime you enjoy something that is shared on the internet, share it with your friends. I don't care how few friends that you have or you think they're not into your crafty stuff. Share it anyway, because you never know that it may hit somebody that day and they want to know more. And if it's not crafty, maybe it's something else that you do or you enjoy. Share it, because that's how people are found and get inspired. Y'all, thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and I've already said share. If you have any comments after the video, definitely use that comment box down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. I greatly appreciate your support. One more technique to add. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Spread your kits. Oh, okay. Yeah, that must be a really old kit. Okay, I'll have to look at it. Okay, cool. I'm glad Norella was still here, because I'm like, I don't remember that one. God, Sherry, Norella's going to send it to me. I know which one it was. You're very welcome, Lady Wolf. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. All right, well, I'm going to get off here. It's time to eat and relax for the evening. I need to get a few steps. I'm a little behind, but I'll get my steps and relax for a little while. Y'all take care. Sending you lots of love. See you on Thursday. Love everybody. Bye.